Welcome back. Capitec results. It's not often I'm left speechless, but these were proper wowzer numbers. HEPS and dividend up 36%. Here's CEO Gerrie Fourie on sentiment driving results.
Yeah, I think it's the focus on clients. I think where we're very proud of is, 5 years ago we were purely a retail bank or personal bank offer. And we've changed that to a fully financial services offer, which includes now insurance, business banking, and all our value-added services plus Connect. And I think all of that combined has actually helped us to achieve these results. So for us, it's important, is to focus on the client and making certain that we deliver on the client needs.
You remember when I told you not to sell your Capitec shares and you're like, the growth is over?
That.
You don't want to talk about that.
No.
You could be getting a fat dividend now.
I don't want to talk about that. These were, the argument is that Capitec's expensive, and then they pull out these results, and it's like, okay, maybe they're fairly valued.
Yeah. I always say, don't fight, the momentum. Don't go against the grain for the sake of it. Just enjoy the dividends, hunker down, let the growth play out. And that's exactly what's happening at Capitec. Sorry, I took the mic from you.
No, I mean, I was thinking a lot this week about core portfolio holdings and how it's changed over the last 10 years. So 10 years ago, you definitely had British American Tobacco and Anheuser-Busch and Sasol in your portfolio. You do not have them as core holdings in your portfolio anymore. But you do have OUTsurance, you do have Capitec, you do have Clicks, you have ShopRite. And these are not inexpensive shares, but I would still be buying them at these levels because I think if you're going to be a long-term investor and you're going to hold on to them for the next 10, 15 years, they're going to be great compounders. Yeah. And I think that some of these valuations just look expensive because you're not really factoring in the potential for much higher growth if we get a nice economic growth tailwind and the potential to compound that much higher growth. So yes, Capitec is expensive. It goes against all my Excel spreadsheets.
Yeah.
But I do think that it's a stock that you buy at any level, and definitely if you get an opportunity like that weird fake Viceroy report a few years ago.
750 it went down to.
Yes, so now it brings us back to our chat from last week about Old Mutual, Time Bank, and all the competition that's trying to come for its competition, including Discovery. I don't know, man. I think they run a very tight ship. It's a great business. It's going to take something very special than just trying to convert your existing life insurance or whatever clients that you have in your book to actually have a solid banking book like they do.
Yeah.
Because they're a fully fledged bank. It took the words from me. I was going to say that they're a fully fledged bank now.
Slightly open the lending taps is what they also said, and what their new product is, they're going to give you a one-day voucher for DSTV. So when I want to watch the rugby game, I don't have to go to a bar, I can get a one-day voucher. But I need a Capitec account. Clever. So guess who's taking a Capitec account? Yeah. Advtech is a fave on this show, and they've announced they're buying the F&B Conference Centre on Grayston Drive and turning it into a university campus with plans to expand over time.
She wrote about it. Look at her.
Okay, I worry about the traffic, but truthfully, I don't go into Sandton, so it's not my worry. But smart.
Yeah, and I know that campus, that conference facility very well. Yeah, I mean, there's actually a place to stay. There's like a little mini hotel there, so you can convert that into student accommodation, or you can do office space in that space. And the facilities are really great. So there's also ample space available to build on to what is already there.
On and up.
The spot is fantastic. I mean, we're talking about traffic, but it is 500 meters from the highway?
Yeah.
You actually can't get better than
just
that.
Around a corner, how trains, just two zigzags?
Yeah, just two zigzags. So I think it's a great buy, and they're going to basically put some of their they're going to move some of their other campuses that are in less favorable areas to that campus and build on from that. I also spoke to someone yesterday who mentioned that this company has the potential to become so big in South Africa because it is solving for an issue that there isn't any solution to on the state side right away. And once you start getting money into this thing, once you start getting an alumni that starts building onto an endowment fund, I really like this stock. There's a lot of potential.
This is another one. It's not. I mean, it's not a Capitec expensive. It's not the cheapest. But I mean, to Chantal's point, our universities are full. People want to go and learn things, and Advtech comes along and says, "Here's
an alternative, and an alternative that is viable."
Yeah.
There's history of graduates that come from these different universities that are there, and they get jobs in the real economy, and that alumni network is growing, and it's beautiful for something that's South African bred. Yeah, I like it. I like the company. I think Chantal has done a great job to sell it. I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just trying to buy it, man.
So it's the one I didn't sell. I've held it for I think it was when one of my nieces or nephews went into school. When I was at school, fees were 10 Rand a term. And then I saw what my nephew was paying, and I'm like, oh, you want to slice
There's
it
business here.
Balwin sells apartments, and nobody in South Africa buys apartments. So their very weak trading update should come as no surprise. Only 640 sales versus 834 previously, and even that was a down number. But I have to say the conservative construction approach statement confused me. We shouldn't be surprised, although we can look at Calgro and say, but Calgro's managing.
Yeah.
I have a question before you answer. Was it wise for them to list, or this business was perfect as a private business? That's a
hindsight. There are a lot. In Balwin's case, no, except they can now buy it back at fractions on book value.
Yeah, it's at 25% of book, in fact.
Is that a good discount?
It's extremely cheap.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's an 85, it's an 85% discount. It's 15% of book.
Wow.
That's where the stock is trading at the moment.
I mean, is that not just cheap, like saying buy me?
It absolutely is. The problem is just where's the cash flow going to come from? Because they have this massive book, they've got all of this land. I don't hate Balwin. I actually think that they're doing some really smart things to pivot away from purely apartment sales into annuity income streams, like they're selling electricity and Wi-Fi, and a whole lot of other stuff in the complexes that they manage. So that's really nice annuity income. It's becoming a bigger part of their business. But apartment sales still need to pick up. And I don't think that the product that they put out there is bad. I think the areas that they're operating in is good. But I think that the economy in which they were operating over the last 18 to 24 months has been absolutely awful.
Yeah, 100%.
So I see potential there. I think it's a risky buy, but I think that it's perhaps worth a look right now.
Perhaps worth a look. No, that's good for me. Pick n Pay gave us lots of details about the Boxer business, and it looks juicy, while the SPAR update hinted at a return to better times. Maybe, well, not offshore times, certainly not offshore times. But I don't know, Pick n Pay, the problem with Boxer, I mean, they put out a lovely deck. Of course they did. They are selling it. It was beautiful. It had all these, it made you want to, but when Boxer's gone, I don't know what's left. Does it throw you?
No, I mean, I'll be on her camp to say, if you want to get into a retailer, you want something that has a strong history of being run very well, and SPAR or Pick n Pay, and indirectly Boxer is not something I'll be interested in, because retail business is a very cutthroat business. It's a business of bulk, and I think ShopRite just cornered that market, not today, but like 60 years ago. So it's going to be very hard to compete with someone like that. So just stick to what's working if you have to. If you can avoid it altogether, good.
You're not wrong.
You're not going to lose much.
What stood out for me, operating margin 5.5. That's ShopRite margins.
5.5, and I think something like 65% of the formal discount grocery market is Boxer's share.
Yep.
So you do have them at 4.2% of the formal grocery market. That's quite small. Obviously, overall, ShopRite would be the leader there. But in that discount space, and we are undertraded in that discount space. Did you see the slide? That was a really nice slide as well. All the slides were just
They were made,
wonderful.
10 points whoever made it.
So I do want to look at cash conversion. I do want to kind of dig a little bit more before I make a call on whether or not I'd be interested. But they certainly have my attention, perhaps as a complement to a ShopRite holding. I think it's going to be good for Pick n Pay because this thing is going to be in high demand upon listing. So they're going to get a good price. They're going to get a cash injection from that. Box is also paying them some money to get rid of them. Anyway. Weird, but same thing that happened with We Buy Cars and Transaction Capital. And then I think Pick n Pay is going to be in a pretty good position But do I want Pick and Pay then?
No.
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 You just want Boxer.
I want
Just want
Boxer.
Do you want Spar?
Well, I wish I could get Pick and Pay clothing. I'd take that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah.
Very good.
But you dodged
Differentiate.
but I noticed you dodged the question. Do you want Spar?
Oh, Spa. So in that statement, they said that they are going to be rolling out the SAP situation
Yes.
to the other distribution
I know.
centres. I will wait.
It made me cry.
I will wait. They must SAP. They must sell Switzerland, and then I'll get involved in Spa again.
I'll tell you an old story of an FMCG company that I was working for
nameless.
many years ago. They're still onboarding their SAP system, which they started in 2002.
No, when I read that in the statement, tears came to my eyes. Tears for them. Metair has been having issues exiting Turkey, but now this morning announced they're buying AutoZone out of business rescue for the princely sum of 290 million. But do boys still suit their cars?
Yes, it's still a big thing. I mean, petrol heads are still there. They're living. I mean, go on YouTube and just, check guys like Mr. How Much and I forget the other guy. People still love their cars, but I'm not sure, man. Do we need a business like that to be listed? I don't know. Some businesses are good, held privately.
Except it went into business.
Business rescue.
Yeah, but they were geared to their yield.
Yeah,
I think it's a good fit for Metair.
No, but it goes, from private equity hands to private equity hands. It's going to have a lot of debt.
But these guys are basically just paying down the debt, and they're getting it at a 50% discount to book. So I still have to go through the details. I mean, as you said, it came out this morning, but I don't hate the idea of it.
Okay, maybe it's complementary to the business, batteries and...
Well, I don't know. I mean, I still think they missed a giant trick. I mean, they were in battery tech before batteries were exciting, and they're still selling lead-acid batteries, for goodness sake. But, okay, maybe AutoZone, hey?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I see potential.
That's good enough.
I lost a lot of money in Metair. I'm not playing that game.
I was too lucky for that.
You didn't tell me because we were investing together at that time.
I submitted an order and something happened and it messed up, and my broker phoned on the Monday and said, "Sorry, do you want me to buy it?" And I said, "Nah, don't worry." Save.
My order went through because I put it at market.
Okay. Sorry. And finally, bears. We don't have them locally, but the US doesn't have rhinos, elephants, nor lions, so they have Fat Bear Week. 12 fat bears and the public get to vote on fat bears, on their favorite bear, with 1.2 million votes cast last year. The winning bear, well, they get nothing. They have Fat Bear Week in America.
So what was the winning bear? The grizzly bear?
It was a bear. I don't know.
One of them.
A bear. A fat
Black bear. I don't know.
A fat bear.
Man, I love America. You know what? Because they focus on their culture and they think and they run with it. And they make so much money around that. We lack that as a culture.
I don't know. If
and we've got so much to sell.
If your culture's fat bears, we'll leave it there. Khumalo, Vestact, Chantal Marx, FB Wealth and Investments. Thank you. Everyone have a good evening and a great weekend.